season they can win big away from home, but they're going to need to do it again tonight to keep their La Liga title hopes alive. So there is Gareth Bale making his 100th La Liga appearance tonight. And a bit earlier on, Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, and he scored 16 goals in Clásicos, and 8 of those have been in La Liga Clasico clashes. And very briefly, Thierry, a word about Marcelo, who draws level with Juanito, the Real Madrid legend, on 401 club appearances tonight.
I think he has been tremendous at Real Madrid throughout his career so far, but I think this season he is, for me, the most influential player in this team. He is outstanding. The way he goes forward, the way he does defense. He's playing as a 10, left winger, left back, tackling in his box, assisting in the other one. I mean, this is an example, because it wasn't easy for him when he first arrived in Madrid. But I mean, it's a long time ago when you think about that now. But he's been a hell of a player this season.
So this is the Real Madrid team. 4-3-3 as always, and as we mentioned before, it's as close to their strongest team as you'll get, perhaps the exception being Nacho. Remember, he and Sergio Ramos have played 300 minutes over the course of a week. That included the extra time against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. The famous trio now, they could be a legendary trio: Kroos, Modric and Casemiro, and of course the BBC up front. And whenever they start a game, they do not lose in La Liga this season. 15 played, won 10 and drawn 5. You can see the two managers there exchanging pleasantries, although they've had a few scraps when they were representing Real Madrid and Barcelona. 2003 in particular, I seem to recall. And it is Andres Iniesta, who hasn't scored in La Liga for 519 days. The last time he did was actually against Real Madrid in that 4-0 that we reminded you of just a couple of moments ago. Barcelona's 4-3-3, Guillem, and we mentioned just the one change, Alcácer in for Neymar. What is the key for them? Is it attitude? Is it to do with the way they knit play together to recover and rediscover feeling?
I think Thierry mentioned it earlier. Without the ball, if they're actually able to recover early, that's where the danger is, of course, because with the space, you know, Messi and Luis Suarez and all those just can kill you. But control of the midfield, if Paco Alcácer doesn't help Barcelona with that, Madrid may take advantage of it.
The world is Real. 32, of course, is the number of La Liga titles, the most in Spain, and 11, the number of European Cups. Of course, both those numbers can go up by 1. Sergio Garcia, Masters champion, and finally wins a major at the 74th time of asking. He is a lifelong Real Madrid fan. He is an honorary life member of the club, and he will do the ceremonial kick-off tonight. This, you can see Sergio Ramos, close friends with Sergio Garcia, as is Gareth Bale, in fact. And Garcia, this has sort of come as a result of a conversation with Florentino Perez, who said, as long as you win a major, as soon as you do, you can do the ceremonial kick-off. Guillem.
By the way, he's a very good player.
Is he?
He played in the 3rd division for a few years. And he did that until quite recently.
Do you like the way he struck the ball there?
Yeah, with his laces, I like that.
Yeah, a little bit of fun. Yeah, excellent. So Sergio, wearing his green jacket that he won at Augusta National, does the ceremonial kick-off. But here we go with the proper business of the evening. Expect our colleagues in Spain to have a few bits of fun with the cameras. They've got plenty of them inside the Estadio Bernabeu. Let's hand you over to your commentary team. It's a very good evening to Jerry Armstrong and Rob Pun.
Thank you, David. Well, they tell us this is the most watched game of football ever. 185 countries, all dipping into El Gran Clasico. Two teams who are separated historically, but in La Liga, separated by 3 points. We have every view covered at the Bernabeu this evening. It is said that this is Luis Enrique, as he's known Lucho, his last stand. It could be the game that defines how he's remembered as the Barcelona manager. 7 majors he's won. He's in the cup final this season. He could do the double again. He's done the treble, but lose today, and effectively they are out to the reckoning for La Liga. Win, and they're back in the frame. It's tense, Jerry.
Well, it is, and you've hit the nail on the head, Rob, because this is a must-win game for Barcelona. You know, Real Madrid have that game in hand on a 3-point advantage, and everything is in their favour. And if they're not complacent, they should, you know, they're the favourites, certainly in this game, the fixture. especially with no Neymar. And it's interesting seeing Sergio Garcia on with his green jacket in the week that Rob Palmer had a hole-in-one. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jerry. We've already passed the moment where we had that early goal a couple of seasons ago from Benzema. He's not got a green jacket on, nattily dressed. Luis Enrique, who decided the first weekend of March that he was going to step aside and allow somebody else to take the reins and the stress of managing Football Club Barcelona. No ideas yet who it's going to be. It's amazing, isn't it? In 17 months, the last time these sides played here, that was affected with the end of Rafa Benitez's stand. He had all kinds of problems. Benzema and Carvajal had missed 6 games. Bale was drafted in, they had problems, but they are at full strength and they're a team at the moment. The big call for the referee, Ronaldo goes down. There are about 90,000 witnesses all claiming that he'd been fouled. But the referee tonight, you're going to see a lot of him. Alejandro Hernandez vigorously shook his head. Here is Gareth Bale.
Well, I want to see that again. There's a split second when Ronaldo picks his pocket, and does he get caught? The referee was in a good position about 12 yards away, and he didn't think so, and that's too strong for Marcelo. Out of play, and let's see this again. Here it comes. He gets across from Tite. Well, let's see. Oh, he gets the player, he doesn't get the ball. It's a penalty.
Well, the referee was arching his neck to see it. Ronaldo claimed the collision had come after the ball had gone.
He was right.
Busquets caught in possession. Modric to Cristiano Ronaldo, hoping to prey on Tite, who's making his Clasico debut. It was one of the big decisions for Luis Enrique. Did he go with the experienced Mascherano or Samuel Umtiti, the one signing this season that has worked?
Yeah, I like him. He's done well. He just lacks a bit of experience, as you can see there, Rob. He's not the only debutant tonight. Paco Alcácer is another one, and he's in for Neymar.
Nacho for Real Madrid. This is Alcácer looking for Luis Suarez. Modric. Toni Kroos.
Good play.
Modric to Ramos, who scored that dramatic goal right at the death in the game at the Nou Camp between these two teams. Ramos has a swagger in the step of Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo. Also Carvajal, he has the freedom. Carvajal has options right across the face of goal. Rakitic clears. It's the full force of Real Madrid right from the start of this game.
Oh, they're dominant, aren't they, Rob? They're really pushing home at the moment. Toni Kroos and Modric on this right-hand side.
Ter Stegen doesn't get there. Benzema stretches. And some breathing space for Barcelona.
Wow. Well, certainly asking questions of the defence. Great run, he's onside. You can see clearly he's onside. Linesman's in a great position. Thought he went for the wrong option. Maybe Gareth Bale near post was a good option. There's the penalty. He catches him with his right foot on the shin, and then he swings his other foot afterwards and catches him again. I don't know. Tough one for the referee, obviously, in a massive game like this.
Ter Stegen is closed down. We generally get an early goal in the Clasico. We've had a goal in the opening 11 minutes of the last 5 games at the Bernabeu between these teams. There's going to be a lot of rough and tumble. It's the second Clasico for Senor Hernandez. Last season he sent off Ramos in this game, but Real Madrid won it. Always at the Nou Camp. This is Zinedine Zidane's home debut in a Clasico.
A bit of a twist and angle there from Marcelo.
Gareth Bale. That was the news the fans were waiting for. Would it be Isco? Would it be Bale as part of the front three? There's Lionel Messi. His first touches on the ball. Jordi Alba. Neymar, as you've probably been following in the news, he was sent off recently against Malaga. Yes, a ban was extended to this game. Barca thought about appealing it, but it all kind of withered out. Andres Iniesta, skipper of Barcelona, launches their first attack. Casemiro gets dug in.
So important, Casemiro, Rob, in this midfield. And the break's on.
Here's Toni Kroos. Kroos to Cristiano Ronaldo. Does he still have that speed? Yes, he does. Beats an old friend, Gerard Piqué. Ronaldo! Ter Stegen with a confidence-building save.
Excellent play from CR7. Showed a good turn of pace on the right-hand side. Comes in on his left foot. Strikes it on target. Ter Stegen up for the challenge. It's been all Real Madrid in the opening 5 minutes. Let's not forget, we've got Messi and Paco Alcácer. And Luis Suarez has got a good record in the Clásicos, Rob. 4 goals in his last 5 Clásicos.
Well, we've got tons of statistics. Let me give you one that we want to get out of the way early on. There hasn't been a 0-0 at the Bernabeu between these teams since 1987. I hope that's the last time we mention that. Jordi Alba with an incredible amount of space. Carvajal stands off him. It's a great ball in. His intended target was Suarez, who was starting from an offside position.
Just slightly long in that one.
Luis Suarez hasn't scored in his last 4 games.
Yeah, that's one of the problems. Let's have a look, see. Oh,
it was his right wrist.
Well, he's level, I think, Rob. I think that's a tough one. I've seen 3 or 4 of them given like that, and I'd love to see the benefit of the doubt given to the striker. We want to see goals. And he was level, I thought, with the last defender. Good ball.
It was a great ball, but offside. Now Bale is offside. Gareth Bale's missed the last 2 games, but joined in training. And it's probably helpful because it will be a fatigued team after the Champions League in midweek, and Bale comes in to freshen things up. Just the one change.
He looked level as well with Piqué. I thought he was level with Piqué. That's another one that was debatable.
Teasing. Jordi Alba. Suarez. Casemiro. All over it. And he's done some damage to Suarez.
And Suarez still down holding his chest. I think he might have caught an elbow. Well, he turns into the challenge here. And he runs in, he falls into the knee of
Well, he initially fell into the knee of Ramos, and I think that knee of Ramos ended up in his rib cage. Modric. Jordi Alba taken out by Casemiro, the enforcer in midfield.
He's superb when they have him available, Rob. He's so important.
Nacho to Carvajal. Has been a revolution under Zinedine Zidane. When Rafa Benitez was the manager, and I'm sure he's watching up in the northeast of England, he was encouraged, let's say, to play the Galacticos, the big names that just signed. Danilo, James had to play. Casemiro had a run in the team, but when he came to the Clasico, he was deselected. Zidane has picked who he feels deserves a place in this team, and he's picked on form rather than reputation. Busquets. It's a great matchup between Busquets and Toni Kroos. 2 accomplished World Cup winning midfield players. Titi. Busquets taken on by Lionel Messi. Messi from a deep position feeds Alcácer. Rakitic. Jordi Alba. Messi. In concentration for Messi. Busquets. Andres Iniesta. Skipper has a shot.
Wow. His last goal was against Real Madrid over a year ago.
Well, 519 days ago. In fact, his last 2 goals in La Liga have been against Real Madrid. His last goal was actually against Celtic. That was a volley in the Champions League. Iniesta. Alba. It's taken them a while, but Barcelona settling into the salubrious surroundings.
Well, it started to pass the ball quite well. Barcelona was starting to settle into the salubrious surroundings, as you say, Rob.
Slipped there for Piqué. Benzema was onto him in a flash. Iniesta to Rakitic. Messi can't pin him down to a position. Jordi Alba. Suarez has hung deep. Ooh. Whistles one in.
It's a chance, Rob. Good strike, just wide of the left-hand post. And again, it's a threat that Barcelona pose. You see there, he's about 2 feet wide of the far post. That's an opportunity for him. Looking for goals, obviously. His confidence is a little bit low. This one's on target from Cristiano Ronaldo, and well taken by Ter Stegen.
Well, he is redefining his play, Cristiano Ronaldo. 32 years of age now. Still the goals flow, 31 in all competitions this season. There's Nacho. Carvajal. Casemiro. Marcelo has a dart down the left-hand side, or Ronaldo had made the move, but Rakitic is there.
It's good play.
Ter Stegen. Titi. Jordi Alba. There were a few weeks where Jordi Alba was sacrificed as Luis Enrique experimented with his formation, playing three at the back. No room for experimentation tonight against Real Madrid. Messi gets past Casemiro. He's going to have to watch his step tonight, Casemiro. That's his job, to stop the flow in midfield, and the referee, a very early booking, that's dangerous.
He doesn't need to get, that's one of the things he needs to improve on for me. That's tightrope rope he's walking now, and he doesn't really need to do that early on. He's only on the halfway line, and he doesn't need to foul him. Referee's no choice than to give him a yellow card.
Sometimes you get one free, but the referee felt that was crude enough to warrant the caution. There's Bale, selling his goalkeeper short. Alcacer was onto it in a flash. Here's Messi. Alcacer. Jordi Alba was up there as well. It was Alba chasing down the fullback.
Well, Bale's on changed wings, Rob. He's on the right-hand side wing. That's why he's tracked back. And this is the foul on Lionel Messi, and he doesn't need to do it, Rob. He's just crossing the halfway line, and he clatters him.
Right on the halfway line. He took dust.
Still in play.
Titi. Busquets leaves it for Rakitic. Marcelo. Ramos. Gareth Bale. And a slight reshuffle. Benzema's gone to the left side. Ronaldo at centre forward. Gareth Bale making a run down this right-hand side. Tries to catch it over. Jordi Alba.
Just offside. I wonder, are they doing that because of the height advantage Gareth Bale would have on a diagonal ball, Rob, or it's just straightforward? Well,
you can see from the shadows.
Yeah, he's slightly offside. Linesman's in the best position. You've got to give him the benefit there.
Barcelona have an excellent record at the Bernabeu. Doesn't really give them much fear. They've won 10 of the last 17 games here. Those whistles and boos will be music to the ears of the Barcelona players. Suarez. Alcacer to Messi. Busquets. Iniesta leaves it to Jordi Alba. Chorus of Viva España. Politics entering the arena.
That's it.
Barcelona against the Castile. Barcelona will be doing it for the Catalans. It is St. George's Day in England. Same saint, St. Jordi is the patron saint of Catalonia. Johan Cruyff named his son after him.
Oh, not the best throw out from Navas.
Zinedine Zidane, on the most demonstrative of managers, does his work in the build-up to the games. He said this is important, but it isn't a decisive game or a deciding game when it comes to where the La Liga trophy goes this season.
Yeah, he's right. I hope it's not going to be complacent, though, because if they can obviously win the match, they can put it to bed, really. They give themselves a huge advantage and knock the stuff out of Barcelona's chances of winning the league title this year.
brethren have won the title just once in the last 8 years, when Jose Mourinho was here back in 2012. It's all been fairly balanced so far.
Haven't really seen Real Madrid press, as they try to play it from the back. That's well nicked.
Ronaldo, so close to finding the thread through to Karim Benzema. There's Andres Iniesta, Umtiti, Alba, Messi, really closed down. Messi leaves Modric and Casemiro on his way. Messi going solo. He tried to pass it on to Rakitic. It needed 4 or 5 of them to stop him.
Well, I didn't want him to pass it, Rob. I just want him to go on himself. He'd gone past so many people. Great acceleration from Lionel Messi.
Rakitic. Suarez, the defenders drop off him. Suarez tiptoes through the defensive landmines. Here's Casemiro. Benzema.
Offside. Just moved up the last second. There was a movement, Rob, as Ronaldo went forward, the last defender moved up. It was really close again. And this is a run from Messi. Brilliant. Look at the acceleration away from Toni Kroos. And then away goes. Modric's not going to catch him. He's looking for the support play. And you can see just stepping up. Just look at the step up.
Game being
really
played by
tight.
PK, wasn't it?
Very tight, because he knows he's not going to catch him.
Iniesta. Luka Modric, what a key player he has developed into for Real Madrid. Modric
what a run.
to Benzema. Benzema has a chance, but it was a soft shot.
Great run, fantastic movement, lovely play from Modric, but should have done better, I think, Robin. I agree with you. Great ball.
Barcelona strike straight back, and this goes to Suarez. And the two number 9s getting chances within, 25 seconds of each other.
Well, a super run from Paco Alcácer. He's done so well there. And he lays a lovely cushion pass into the path of Suarez. And I thought he should have done better than that, Luis Suarez, but been out of form in terms of goals in the last 4 games, Rob.
Put your hands in front of the television and feel the electricity from this game. Marcelo. Cross. Casemiro. Modric has options. Bale is one of them.
Oh, that's a typical skill. He's trying to play it with the outside of his left foot into the path of Cristiano Ronaldo. What a great ball. Paco Alcácer makes a super run. Lovely cushion pass. Disappointing finish from Luis Suarez. I think he has time to take a touch there, Rob. First touch and into the box and then stick it in the net. This is a run from Modric. Great run from Karim Benzema. I think Ronaldo and him made the same run.
Messi.
Well, he's lost possession.
Casemiro to Kroos. Marcelo. Ronaldo with some workspace. Benzema fighting for a position in the centre. Ronaldo, big hand from Ter Stegen. It was important because not only did he stop it, he had to batter it away from Benzema, who was waiting for any spillage. Well, this is not good. Oh no!
Look at this.
Little Messi is down. That's not a sight you want to see for any footballer.
He's in trouble. He's got a whack in the mouth there.
Maybe the dentist rather than the physio that they're requiring.
Well, let's see what happens when he comes in here. Does he catch an arm, an elbow? What is it? He's holding his face. Oh, he catches the elbow of Marcelo. It looks an accident, Rob, but it catches him plumb in the face. Looks like his mouth or teeth here. He jumps to get out of the way, and the elbow catches him.
Well, it's going to have to go up because there is a spillage of blood. Marcelo is going to graze on the arm as well.
Well, if he caught him with the elbow on the teeth, that could be where the graze is coming from. Yeah, looks like the case.
He might have a tooth embedded in the elbow.
This is brilliant play from Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a great shot, and what a good save from Ter Stegen. He's been the busier of the two goalkeepers in the opening 21 minutes, and I think that's his best save.
And a man who has established himself as the undisputed #1 this season when Claudio Bravo headed to Manchester City. Ter Stegen just takes a breather to allow Messi time for a little bit of treatment on the touchline.
He's the top keeper, Ter Stegen, Robbie. Is a good shot stopper. He's good on crosses, and his distribution's excellent as well.
Ball over the top. Bale! Well, he went for the element of surprise and tried to take it first time. There would have been a spectacular strike.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, he had time looking at it again. He didn't know it, but he had time to take the ball down. Maybe it was a better option. But it's been an interesting opening 22 minutes. 7 shots from both sides. Oh, flies in. But the Clásicos are always like this. They're so intense. They can hinge on one split second, one decision, and see what happens when they put pressure on the goalkeeper there, Rob. He puts it out of play. But they're a man down. Lionel Messi trying to get back on.
There's Karim Benzema. Gareth Bale whips it in with his left. It's a disappointing cross from the Wales international.
Yep. It's Harry and Iniesta. Yes. That's a good contest as well, Rob.
Here is Messi.
Good ball.
At the moment he's playing with one hand, and he's got a bandage on his mouth. It's like Pele in Escape to Victory. There's Casemiro. Marcel. Bold steam ahead for the Real Madrid full-back. Over steps by Benzema. Cristiano Ronaldo tries to create something out of nothing at all.
He had an option to play the ball into the path of Gareth Bale. He saw Bale coming across and he was maybe the better option for me, but he wanted to get a strike at goal, and he's come very close. Good ball in here from Marcelo across the 18-yard box, and look who's tracking back Gareth Bale. That's Luis Suarez.
Well, that was a brilliant run from Bale and a wonderful ball over the top.
He's onside in that one. It's a good decision. Could have taken a touch of Rob, couldn't he?
Well, you could see his intention was to loft it over the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Iniesta to Messi. Lionel Messi clearly isn't concerned about his image. When the camera catches in a minute, you'll see why. This is Alcácer. He does have speed. Carvajal chases him down. He has been the most underestimated player in the Real Madrid team, Dani Carvajal.
Yeah, he's a super full-back. Very strong and solid. Like Paco Alcácer, he's not had many opportunities this season for for Barcelona, but you know, he's made some really good runs.
It's only his 5th La Liga start since signing from Valencia last summer. Did score against Real Madrid last year in the colours of Valencia. Modric. Kroos. Benzema to Ramos. Suspicion, more than a suspicion. Luka Modric.
It looked at to me, it was not a great pass, I don't think, and he sticks his right arm up in the air. The referee quite adamant it's caught him. Well, maybe shoulder, but the arm being out makes it look more like a handball than not. This is a shot from Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a good angle to see the shot coming in. It's an excellent save, really top drawer save. It's the best save of the game. Chances.
There goes Cristiano Ronaldo. to Benzema. It's the job of Busquets to come back and act as the extra defender in a crisis.
Hasn't really got into it yet, Benzema, Karim Benzema. He had a couple of good runs and had one shot that was pretty weak. He's given possession away cheaply there.
Rakitic, Sergio Roberto, Messi. Casemiro has another little dig in him. He has to watch his step after that early yellow card. Andres Iniesta, Lionel Messi, Modric, Rakitic. Marcus Serra had made the move between the two central defenders. This is good play though from Nacho.
Good pressing for Barcelona.
Marcelo, Benzema. Referee had spotted a foul there, but acknowledged it and willed Real Madrid to take the advantage. Can they fully take it? This is Carvajal. It's a flowing move. Gareth Bale, tremendous tackle from Jean Piqué.
Yeah, good timing on the tackle for Piqué. He's saying him to calm down, but
calling for calm in the Clasico. He's got no chance to
calm down in a situation like this. Plus, they've broken really well, Real Madrid, and he's at full stretch. And this is a position that they're good at. Corner kick, free kicks. They've got a lot of players who are good in the air.
Cross with the corner. Ter Stegen fighting Zoman Piqué. Marcelo. Ter Stegen stays. It's Ramos. It's the post. Scrambled over the line. It's an unlikely hero. Casemiro. Maybe an ugly goal, but a goal of great beauty in the eyes of those Real Madrid supporters.
Yeah, it's his fourth goal, Rob. He scored already this season, but you can see when the cross comes in from Marcelo, they've not been good defending from Barcelona over the last couple of months, I have to say. It's put in deep the far post. There's two Real Madrid players going for it. And you watch the corner coming in, punched partially clear outside the box. But then look at this. The marking is awful. Far post.
Well, the question is,
offside?
Was it offside?
Yeah.
It was Ramos who will get the assist.
Well, Ramos hit the post. I'm not sure if he was offside. There was other players moving out who looked offside. I don't know if Casemiro was one of them. But it's counted, it's a goal. And Ramos hits it off the post, and he's got Cristiano Ronaldo behind him looking to get on it as well. And there you go, tap in for Casemiro.
So in a couple of years' time, that might be one that goes to the video assistant referee. Casemiro wasn't waiting around to see if there was a flag man. He was celebrating.
Well, we'll leave that to game, and David and Thierry to discuss if they can see it at half-time. Was there anyone offside? But when the cross came in, there was two players coming out who were offside. Were they interfering, Rob? I don't know. I'd like to see it again.
Well, maybe supporters of Bayern Munich who are feeling a little bitter about alleged offside goals concerning Real Madrid at the moment.
Yeah, there's been 3 debatable offside decisions given in this game already. One against Real Madrid and one against Barcelona. And they have the goal, I'd like to say. Here's Umtiti.
Lionel Messi. Is it going to be a quick response or a measured response from Barcelona?
Good run from Piqué.
Piqué breaks his defensive ranks, gives it to Rakitic. Messi. The one thing about Zidane's side is that they do know how to sit back and how to defend. brought that experience of his time in Italy. Not exactly the Italianisation, which initially was a term used for his management. But now to sit back, to condense, to absorb. Rakitic to Messi. Casemiro leaves him on the floor again.
I don't know, I think he maybe didn't have possession of the ball. That's what they're arguing there. He had lost possession of it. They poked it away, and that's the argument. He's already lost it. That's what it means that Zinedine Zidane.
Iniesta. Zidane was once the costliest player in the world. We have 5 of the 6 costliest players currently playing football on the planet, on the pitch. Well, actually, in the stadium today, because James is on the bench. PK to Rakitic. Lionel Messi. Busquets. Rakitic. Leaves it for Messi. Messi full steam ahead. Brilliant! Lionel Messi! Hasn't scored in 6 Clásicos, but he's back to haunt Real Madrid.
Cut and thrust. Absolutely superb. Well, he's on his 46th goal now, Rob. And the little man does what he does best. Clever play, combination, lovely little 1-2, acceleration into the box, and an absolutely top drawer finish.
Well, one for the history books as well, because this is the goal that puts him ahead of everybody else as the scorer in Clásicos. One more now than the great Di Stefano.
Look at his first touch coming in here. He looks like he's lost it there to Carvajal. He goes past him in a flash. Look at the body swerve, the great balance, and then he slots it past the goalkeeper. Fabulous goal from Lionel Messi. My goodness.
499 goals in Lionel Messi's career.
Well, I was told he hadn't scored in 6 Clásicos, and my mate Frankie's a big Barcelona fan and big Messi fan, and he told me he was going to score today, and he did.
Here's Bale.
That's way over the top. Way over the top. I think that's the first shot they've had on target, Barcelona, against Navas, and it's found the back of the net.
Ter Stegen. Carvajal back to the safety net of his keeper. Ramos.
Oh, that's not a good ball.
This is Suarez to Alcácer. Iniesta.
I wonder now, can Andres Iniesta, I don't think he can do 90 minutes, Rob. You know, and this is a great piece of play. Lovely step over for Messi. But the body swerve, he goes past Carvajal so easy, Rob, and Carvajal's a good defender. And then it's Lionel Messi we're talking about. 46 goals this season, he's the Pichichi. He's the top goal scorer on 30 goals, 30 league goals. I wonder will anybody catch him? I don't think so.
Lionel Messi actually hasn't been the leading scorer in Spain since 2013. Well, the ball is gifted to Suarez. Messi is alongside him. Suarez doesn't find Messi. Cool-headed defending from Sergio Ramos.
Some mistakes being made by Real Madrid at the back, Rob.
Casemiro to Benzema. Marcelo. Kroos. Carvajal. Ronaldo demanding the ball. Now Modric. Shoot is the cry. It was some shot. That was another excellent save from Ter Stegen.
Oh, it's gone out of play there. Trying to put it back in, Cristiano Ronaldo. What a super strike from Modric. That's a great strike. Well saved by the goalkeeper once again. It's a good height, Rob, but that's going inside the post from Luka Modric. And Ter Stegen full-length save.
Goalkeepers love saves like that, especially when you've got a record number of cameras covering the game.
Oh, Gareth Bale's got a problem.
This is a worrying moment for Real Madrid. Gareth Bale has missed the last 2 games because of an ankle problem. And he's holding his left ankle.
Well, who does he go for, Isco, or does he go for Morata?
It would surely be Isco, given his form in recent games.
Well, Isco's got 9 goals and Morata's got 17, Rob. They could always change it, but then Morata's more of a centre forward, like Cristiano Ronaldo stroke Benzema. I think Isco's maybe the better option. He's been in super form as well. Here's a cross coming in, and then they go queuing up to put it in at the far post. Well, Casemiro's not offside now when the ball's put back off the post. But I'd like to see the play before that, Rob. This is it. Let's have a look, see.
Well, it's a wonderful toy that Spanish director has, but this is the replay we want to see. Well, Ramos was the man that got his foot on the ball, and Ramos started from an onside position.
He wasn't offside.
Clears it up.
Yeah, that clears it up. The 2 players who were offside were moving back out again. But look at this touch. And then right foot, right foot, and then left foot back in the net. Oh, he's just absolutely brilliant, Lionel Messi. Has to be the best player in the world. No argument for me, Rob. I love Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a super player, but he's not in the same league as that man. Well, Luis Enrique enjoyed that. Keeps the title race going.
3 points the difference between the 2 sides, but Real Madrid have an extra game to play. It looks as though Bale has played his part. He hobbles forlornly down the tunnel.
Down to 10 men at the moment.
Barcelona make the most of this brief numerical advantage. PK. Sergio Roberto. Messi. Casemiro gets in the way. This is Benzema. Ronaldo. Caught by Umtiti. Referee points to the ball, but the damage had already been done. I think in fairness to the referee, he was trying to play the advantage.
It's Asensio, Marco Asensio.
There we go.
Well, he's got his cards out, and he didn't give, you said he didn't give the free kick. Oh, he catches him clearly. Well, he clearly catches him.
You look for consistency, and earlier in the game he booked Casemiro for a similar challenge.
Yeah, he's got to book
on Lionel Messi.
He's going to book him, Rob, and I thought he wasn't going to give the free kick. Maybe he was trying to give him an advantage, but Samuel Umtiti has been booked for that challenge on Cristiano Ronaldo as Marco Asensio comes on.
Well, we debated Isco and Morata, and it's a slight surprise.
Well, I think it's pace here he's gone for, because Lucas Vazquez is not on the bench, but Marco Asensio's got a great turn of pace. The young Mallorcan striker come midfield player, naturally left-footed, but he's played very well. 9 goals this season.
Well, he is the baby on the pitch, only 21 years of age, but what a talent. Marcos Asensio. Now, does that mean it's going to be a change of formation? He's effectively a midfield player, isn't he? Are they going to go 4-4-2, Jerry? Or stays the 4-3-3?
He can play as a striker because he has the pace, and he's got a really good instinct for goal, Rob, as well. Possession favours Barcelona, but certainly passed the ball better from the back. But I don't think Real Madrid's pressed that much. So we come up to 40 minutes on the clock.
There's Suarez. Casemiro is beaten by Suarez, steals it off him. Messi, it's a slip from Ramos. Well, one back, but it's only to Lionel Messi. And Messi, well, tries to curl it in. He is convinced that it took a helping deflection on its way. He's not saying anything, he can't, because he's got a gag in his mouth, but it's all hand movements.
Well, I think they're looking for the free kick for the foul on Casemiro earlier. The referee hasn't given that. That takes a deflection.
It did appear that it came off Casemiro.
Yeah, it definitely took a deflection.
Sorry,
Carvajal came off. Casemiro was the one on the ground. They were saying he was fouled, but mistakes have got a little bit complacent, I think. Real Madrid at the back, 2 or 3 sloppy mistakes. And you always play to the whistle as TT tidies up at the back.
Sergio Roberto. Iniesta left it. And Titi's left alone. Andres Iniesta to Rakitic. Does appear the way they line up at the moment, Jerry, that they have gone to a 4-4-2 with,
looks like it,
Asensio on the right side of midfield and Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo playing as a front two.
He's definitely playing as a right-sided midfield player, Asensio, yeah.
Titi. Iniesta. And maybe that substitution as well just shows the difference between the state of Barcelona and Real Madrid at the moment. Barcelona rightly were lauded for a decade for bringing players through from La Masia. There was a constant flow. But the last one really to establish himself was Sergio Roberto, who's now 25. Meanwhile, Asensio is 20, and he follows the likes of Danilo and Carvajal and Nacho and Morata. They've all been bred at Real Madrid. Marcelo's cross. This is Titi. Got the ball to Andres Iniesta. Messi. Oh, brilliant ball. Suarez. Alcacer makes the angle. Jordi Alba comes in and, well, he got a connection on it.
Well, it was Marco Asensio, who was backtracking and maybe done enough to put him off, but they've had a couple of good opportunities, half chances for Barcelona. The goal certainly lifted them, Rob. And the balance has definitely changed for Real Madrid because Marco Asensio is playing as a midfield player, and that will allow Jordi Alba to push forward at will.
It'll be intriguing to hear what Thierry thinks at half-time about the tactical change of Real Madrid. Maybe Asensio's come on here to stop the runs down the left-hand side of Jordi Alba. He's had an awful lot of freedom in the first half. Busquets collides with Casemiro.
Well, this is the chance from earlier. It's a good run from Suarez. He's onside. You can see Carvajal's playing him on, and he tries to cut it back, and it's just too much, and Asensio gets in. I think he gets a little touch on it. Yeah, he's trying to get them to push on there, Luis Enrique.
I think if they put it to the public vote, the Real Madrid supporters would like to have seen Isco introduced. Still to the last two games, scored a couple of goals against Sporting Gijón as well. He was the outstanding player in the last LaLiga game.
Oh, he was brilliant. He got 2 goals, didn't he, against Sporting Gijón. The last goal was on the 90th minute, and they were 1-0 and 2-1 down there. He made 9 changes, Zinedine Zidane.
Carvajal. Iniesta. There's a lazy ball from Alcacer. Both managers rehearsing their half-time lecture in their heads. What are they going to be thinking, Jerry?
Well, I think initially Real Madrid took the initiative the first 6 or 7 minutes, but Barcelona have gradually got back into the game, have dominated possession, but most of that's been unchallenged. And I think the best chances certainly fell to Real Madrid. But then that equalising goals changed everything, Rob. I see a lot of changes in the Real Madrid shape, and they're not as fluent going forward now.
Modric. Here's Busquets. 2 additional minutes to the first half. Brilliant ball from Suarez. Messi waiting for Rakitic to make the move, but Rakitic doesn't have that turbocharge. Messi does. Collides with Casemiro again. The referee felt that was the immovable chance.
You don't think they're trying to get him sent off any chance, because everybody, PK, Sergio Roberto, all come surging forward trying to get him sent off. And let's see it again. He comes across. That's a foul. He could easily have booked him for that. And that's why I said the first foul was a silly one. I think if he hadn't already booked him for a yellow card, he'd have given him a yellow card there. And it could quite easily have been a second yellow card. Messi thinks so.
He clearly does.
It's a massive game for them. They really need to win it. I think he's been very fortunate. He's going to get a jail-free card there, hasn't he, Casemiro? But why is he last defender?
Rakitic. Umtiti's up there. Ramos is well ahead of him. Asensio. So centre half, Cristiano Ronaldo. All happens to the defensive pump. Andres Iniesta.
Good run.
It's a defence-splitting ball. Jordi Alba. A good defending by Nacho, who's twisted his ankle in his effort to get there.
Wow.
It's a point you made before the game, Jerry.
There's only one defender.
Yeah, there's only
one
Danilo.
defender on the bench. That's a great run, Jordi Alba. Oh, he did. He's damaged his ankle there. They haven't got a centre half on the bench. They've only got Danilo.
Without Varane and without Pepe at the moment. A smiling assassin.
Well, I tell you what, PK's just made a comment to Casemiro. It's probably along the lines of, you should have been sent off. I wouldn't disagree with him either.
This is Barcelona's first corner of the game. But the final play of the first half. Rakitic right across the face of goalkeeper's missed it. Oh, what an escape for Keylor Navas. Of all the people. It was Messi who crept in somehow unnoticed at the far post. Lionel Messi very rarely misses chances like that.
Yeah, there's a foul there. You can see Suarez falls on top of Navas as he goes to get a touch, but you're right, Messi. That was an opportunity. I can't believe he's missed it. He should have scored.
Well, sometimes you think he's superhuman. He proved that he was human there. He got the equalising goal for Barcelona. A lot of discussion. He's the subject of the discussion. Casemiro, who scored the first goal for Real Madrid, and he's been the central figure. The half-time scoreline, and a game that's had everything, is 1-1.
Tá tendo espaço para jogar. Só que quando eles pegam a bola, não tem problema a gente correr atrás. Não tem problema.
Sesiones largas.
Eso, voy a intentar medir así.
Chicos, dale.
Pero hay que tener el balón siempre. Claro, está ahí de puta madre, tío, vamos a seguir igual, joder. Não sei, Isso é.
So the players are just about to emerge for the second half, and in fact Real Madrid are already on the pitch. Focus on Lionel Messi, might have indeed lost a tooth or two after that clash with Marcelo, and the combination play with Alcacer and Suarez, one of the real impressive facets of Barcelona's play in that first half, especially with Neymar suspended for this game, Thierry.
Well, they had to find a way, and Alcacer are going to give him a lot of credit, because for him to go back every time to make those two lines of four, and then when they are on the ball, he has to go up front with Suarez. They neutralize the back four, then they can dominate possession inside with their diamonds against their 3 inside. I'm sure that's what they're talking about right now, maybe not.
Do you expect Casemiro to finish the game, Guillaume?
I don't think so. It's not that he's been targeted, but he actually has got too much to cover, and Messi has been going for him and for that space. Messi's having a fantastic first half at the moment, and Luis Enrique has been very cleverly fixing the centre-backs with the 2 centre-forwards, and Casemiro really doesn't know what to cover. There's too much for him.
1-1, and La Liga, the title, is pretty much at stake here. What have we got in the second half? Let's find out with Jerry and Will.
Thank you, David. Eyes down, seconds out. Here we go again. The high heartbeats have settled. And it's 1-1. Messi and Casemiro. The usual suspect and the unusual suspect, the scorers in the first half. The one man who will be hurting, of course, is Cristiano Ronaldo. He will want to score and get his name up in lights. He has them 4 times in the last 6 matches against Barcelona, but he's not really had too much of a sight of goal. The way they were naming the referee at the start of the second half, Senor Hernandez. He's got the toughest job in the world for 90 minutes this evening.
Well, it could be argued he should have sent Casemiro off for the second challenge. It's definitely a bookable offence, Rob, but I think he's walking a very thin tightrope at the moment as Jordi Alba pushes forward.
Well, he bumps into Luka Modric, who could never be described as a hard man. We mentioned him before how Modric has really impressed this season. Back in 2012, when he signed for Real Madrid, he was voted their worst signing of the summer by Marca, the daily sports paper. Now they laud him. Piqué to Lionel Messi. Oh, slips past Ramos and Casemiro. Carvajal. Now, Asensio, the replacement for Gareth Bale. Asensio continues the run. Benzema on the outside. Oh, Benzema can't get there, but that was because just a step of him ahead of him was Gerard Piqué. That was a brilliant run, and that was top-class defending.
Wonderful defending. How do we put out 2 at the far post, one of them Ronaldo. Look at this run from Marco Asensio, the young Majorcan striker. He gets forward. Great ball in. That's great defending from Piqué. Piqué has to get that one right. Look at that. Tap in for Benzema or Ronaldo.
Toni Kroos with the corner. Suarez with a header. Messi as well. Not bad is it having those 2 in your defence. Carvajal trying to delay things to allow, of all people, Sergio Ramos to check himself onside. Nice turn from Dani Carvajal. Modric. Carvajal. Fullback to fullback. Marcelo. He's had an excellent week, and we know what he can do as he dances with Rakitic. And a swinger from Kroos. And another important save from ter Stegen.
Well, he knows all about Toni Kroos, doesn't he? That's a super strike. And he's made 3 or 4 very important stops. This one, right hand, that's just creeping inside the post. Good save.
Marcelo teases it in. Knocked on again by Busquets. Same format as the first half.
Yeah,
it's Real Madrid who come out of the traps quickly.
Yeah, and they put pressure on the opposition and getting people pushing forward. They want to get the next goal.
Casemiro. Umtiti's interception. Just enough to divert it away.
Well, it's a typical one for Umtiti to deal with because he can't afford to let it go across. This is a strike from Toni Kroos.
We saw it late.
Well, Piqué was in the way. That's an excellent save. That's gone inside the post, Rob.
Marcelo. Kroos. Oh, just over the head of Cristiano Ronaldo, who does have the greatest springing football.
Well, there was 2 of them at the far. Sergio Ramos was one and Ronaldo was the other. And had the ball been lower, one of the 2 of them would have put it in. Taken quickly, lovely little short corner, changed it. There it is. Ramos and Ronaldo, both of them at the far post. And I think Ramos is saying he was pushed.
He got
Not enough for me there.
A little cuddle, didn't he, from his Spanish teammate Busquets?
Yeah, I think so.
Here is Busquets. Rattled by Benzema.
Well, he's making a bit of a meal of it, Busquets, isn't he?
That's one of those eye-watering injuries, Jerry.
Yeah. Catches the back of his leg, definitely catches the back of his leg.
The supporters getting behind Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He's got a hat-trick in midweek, but at times one or two supporters are supposedly whistling, which is quite unbelievable given what he's done for the club. Well, it's a brilliant ball from Iniesta. Jordi Alba, you're right. Jerry was raising his arm, he couldn't see that in TV land. It was in unison with that man there.
I know they don't put the flag up until they're actually touching the ball, and you can see there he's offside, Rob. And Senor Hernandez is asking it to be retaken. It's been taken too quickly.
He's the man who had the unfortunate headlines earlier in the season when Barcelona dropped points against Real Betis. A goal that wasn't given. It's gone down in history as the ghost goal.
Well, it wasn't his fault, Robin. It's down to the linesman for me, and it was 2 feet over the line that did the game. I can't blame the referee. As I say, the linesman was the one who was in the right position to give the decision and didn't give it. Marco Asensio losing possession.
Ter Stegen plays a dangerous game. That's the game you have to play if you're a Barcelona goalkeeper. That's Victor Valdez or Claudio Bravo. Asensio. Toni Kroos.
Oh, too far. Asking too much of him there. But I was saying, Asensio, when he gave the ball away, he chased it all the way back to Ter Stegen. Look at that.
What's a dreadful clearance by Ter Stegen, puts the pressure back on his team. Benzema and Ronaldo. Benzema, brilliant run from the Frenchman, and it was Sergio Roberto digging in. Busquets. That midfield, there's no place for the faint-hearted.
Well, again, Sergio Ramos is asking the question. He doesn't want to get booked for talking back to the referee, but was it a free kick? Because it looked like Busquets had lost possession, and that's the argument. Zinedine Zidane said that in the first half, and he's given it away. There's no challenge, he's already gone down. That's my argument as well. You can't give a free kick if it's not there.
Well, he rolled out of the challenge, Busquets. I think he knew what was coming. Well, the Barcelona supporters, the diehards, will claim that Casemiro should have gone off. But imagine that most neutrals, Jerry, though, are going to say that it's better to have 11 aside.
I know, Rob, but I'm not being funny. This is a huge game for Barcelona, and it should have been 2 yellow cards. You can't change that. I think the referee's got it wrong.
Sergio Roberto. Here's Kroos. Casemiro. Marcelo makes an excellent run. Benzema's in there. Oh, what a save by Ter Stegen. Cutting reflexes from the German.
Yeah, pure reflexes, Rob. You're spot on. He can't believe it. Karim Benzema cannot believe it. What a great run from Marcelo onside. Good ball in. He sees the run, puts it in. Glancing header. Wow, left foot. Just spreads himself. You know, jumping jack's the star, and he spreads himself really well. Brilliant save.
Toni Kroos. Once again, Suarez who's stationed there. Carvajal. He's somewhat of a folk hero in these parts, Danny Carvajal.
Well, we'd like him to score for historic reasons and statistic reasons.
Well, he's the only player who hasn't scored in La Liga for Real Madrid this season. 19 players have, which is a joint La Liga record. If they get him on the score sheet, they would create a record.
Yeah, I was talking about their bench as well, Rob. 44 goals they've scored on the bench, and that's more than 7 La Liga clubs this season. That's the bench of Real Madrid, with Morata and Co and Isco, and oh, it's hit the heel of Benzema.
Piqué. Busquets. Messi. Alba. Andres Iniesta. They've kept him fresh since Christmas, Iniesta. He hasn't played back-to-back games starting since January. He's only started 8 out of the last 23 games.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can do 90 minutes now, Rob. I think you're right. Good anticipation, Marcelo. Excellent anticipation there.
I mean this in the nicest possible way, that Iniesta. He's strolling around midfield. He's intelligently conserving energy.
Yep. Well, that's a super play.
Well, that was perfection, wasn't it? It was the perfect cross. It was the excellent glancing header from Benzema. And it was, a world-class save from Ter Stegen.
He's made 3 or 4 of those tonight. He's kept Barcelona in the game.
Rakitic. Jordi Alba. Rakitic touch. Alcacer's big chance! And Keylor Navas to Real Madrid's rescue.
Not a chance.
You can't blink in this game. Iniesta. Messi.
Oh, no, that's a good tackle. This is the pressure they put on a referee now. Watch this one, Rob. And Marcelo knows, everybody knows what is going on.
The referee gave an interview this week where he said he hopes that he minimises his mistakes.
Well,
that was the first big mistake he's made.
Perfect chance. This is the opportunity. Lovely little touch. Falls into the path of Alcácer. And he toe pokes it and should have scored. But you're right. Keylor Navas, right foot, makes the save. Well, there's plenty of intrigue in this match. There's lots to talk about. We try and stay as impartial as possible, but I think Casemiro should have been sent off for the second challenge, but that wasn't a free kick, that wasn't a foul. There's Rakitic over the ball with Messi.
It is Messi. It's un-Messi-like.
He knows that. He knows he can do better. Looking at a bit of activity on the bench there, Rob, as we looked at opportunity again. I think he should have done better on that, for me.
He rushed it, didn't he?
He did. That's a rush of blood, panic, and getting an opportunity like that, maybe to win the match.
Rakitic, Busquets, Messi. Suarez makes an angle for him into the stride of Suarez.
First touch off. Great run, good ball from Messi. First touch let him down. Well, mistakes being made at both ends now, getting sloppy again. And I'm looking at Mascherano, who's been asked to sort of warm up. I don't know if they're going to bring him on, Rob, but
well, the onus is on Barcelona to win the game. Wouldn't be too damaging for Real Madrid a point. It would keep the gap to 3, and they would have the extra game. And of course, it comes down to the head-to-heads possibly at the end of the season. Long way to go yet, though. Suarez. Good defending Carvajal. Corner, Barcelona.
Yeah. Well, this is the run. And watch him, he's just level. First touch is heavy. And the keeper's out quick, and Luis Enrique knows he needed a better first touch there. Corner kick, though. Piqué's come up, Umtini's come up.
Everybody back for Real Madrid. Oh, tremendous save. It's Piqué who threw himself at it, and Navas who makes his second stunning save of the second half. Wow. Bernabeu was stunned by that.
Well, let's have a look at this. That's a bullet header. Brilliant reflexes once again. Both the goalkeepers now shown top-class saves. Super reflexes.
Keylor Navas' future is always under scrutiny with David De Gea, regularly linked with Real Madrid. They've got to sign the Galactico at some point, and he's the one that the press believe may be coming. Remember, Keylor Navas almost went to Manchester United a couple of transfer windows ago. Had it not been for a faulty fax machine, they would have done the swap. He's one acrobatic goalkeeper. Cross. Carvajal. He gets the cross in. Ter Stegen is there.
Very reliable goalkeeper, Ter Stegen. Oh, this is another angle, bullet header. Top drawer header from PK. He can't believe he hasn't scored. Small margins, Rob, in games like this.
Ear-piercing whistles from the Real Madrid supporters. Iniesta. Sergio Roberto. Mascherano down on the touchline, and Andre Gomez have been.
Gomez is the other one.
Both been told to go through their stretching routine.
Well, if you're looking for to win the match, I would think, would they not have Arda Turan? Is he not anywhere near match fit? But if he's not, he shouldn't be on the park. He shouldn't be. He'll be on the bench. But
Real Madrid have counted that down below by asking Kovacic to prepare to come on. Maybe a game of tactical chess going on between the two managers.
Well, Real Madrid are giving the ball away too cheaply at the moment. They're looking very vulnerable, I think. And opportunities now for Barcelona to force home an advantage. And they're looking a little bit tired too. Mistakes being made by both sets of players. Tough schedule, April. Champions League games, home and away. And 7 La Liga fixtures in 28 days. That's a foul. There's a late challenge there as well. After the whistle had gone.
Dani Carvajal is very upset with Luis Suarez. He's clearly not accepting his apology.
Well, somebody's ripped the shirt off Luis Suarez. That's his argument. He said he's been pulling the shirt off, mate. The referee having a word with both of them.
Good to see that, isn't it? Referee calmed it down, and they settled it with a handshake.
Well, he's had a wee bit of a kick out afterwards, so that's what he has to be careful with.
Petulant between the pair, wasn't it?
Oh, that's a chance.
Offside.
Wow. Have a look at this again, Rob. He's trying to step up. They're taking real gambles, and Marco Asensio is trying to beat the offside trap, and he came very close there.
There's Carvajal. Nice darting left and right. Supporting man is Modric. Modric back to Carvajal. Carvajal. Let him run into the maze.
That's why he hasn't scored a league goal this season, Rob. His touch let him down. Rush of blood. Here's Marcelo.
Marcelo gets around. Rakitic, good cross in. Emergency action taken by Alba.
Super defending. That's a really good ball from Marcelo. Jordi Alba does brilliant. There's Cristiano Ronaldo poaching at the far post. Watch this play. He just goes round the back of Jordi Alba, and he knows he has to get a touch on it, or Ronaldo's in. Now have a look at that Arsenio. Yeah. When the ball was played, he was onside. It's another one of those decisions, and they're taking risks.
Rose's corner. It's a recurring theme that Suarez keeps winning those headers. Modric. Cruz. Marcelo. He's going to have to go backwards to go forwards. Not really in his nature. He's Brazilian. He's Brazilian.
He is Brazilian, but he got away with that one. Paco Alcácer nearly picked his pocket. Here we go.
Modric. Ronaldo was the intended target. PK. Sergio Roberto. Marcelo puts the pressure on his keeper, Keylor Navas, and then takes out the insurance policy. No risk.
No risk is right, Rob. He's done the right thing.
Rakitic. Titi. Iniesta. Now Rakitic. A wasteful cross. Iniesta to Messi. It's like cat and mouse, Casemiro and Lionel Messi, isn't it? Times tiger and mouse. Messi. Ramos to Casemiro.
That's
He's
clever
certainly
play.
been a prominent player in this game.
Wow, that's clever play. He got a touch on it and waited for the challenge from Paco Alcácer and goes down. Oh, super play, Marcelo.
To Kroos.
It's a ball call.
Tony Kroos. Asensio. Digs it in. Ronaldo!
Oh.
We all know what he had in mind.
Well, escaped the victory, I think it was, wasn't it? A good ball in from Marco Asensio, and he could have. I think he could have went with it with his head, but he was determined to get the volley in. You can see he's backing off here.
He doesn't want to score an ordinary goal.
No. Oh, it's a difficult skill. Oh, here out. Suarez.
Alba. Modric.
That's interesting.
Benzema.
That's very interesting.
Asensio. It's the youngster. He's got a big chance here. Pass it on to Ronaldo! He wants the ground to swallow him up with the whole world watching.
Wow, wow. Doesn't miss many like that normally, Cristiano Ronaldo. What a great piece of play on the counter-attack. Karim Benzema, Marco Asensio shows that pace I was telling you he's got, Rob. Lovely turn of pace. He outstrips everybody, puts it in front. Well, it's slightly behind, but he should have hit the target. He's got to score there, Rob. What a chance.
Well, some players go into a sulk. You know that Cristiano Ronaldo will not do that. It's going to hurt him. Iniesta. Oh, there's Suarez. Top class once more from Keylor Navas.
Wow, wow, wow.
Adding to his collection of saves.
End-to-end stuff we've got here, Rob. Both sides should have scored. Good play, Andres Iniesta. Outside of the right foot, into the path of Luis Suarez. Great technique to get his knee up and over the top of the ball in. Reflex save from Keylor Navas. Brilliant.
What a wonderful exhibition. World-class ball. Tremendous volley. Incredible save. Messi. Marcelo takes it off. This is not a game that's good for fans of a nervous disposition. Rakitic. Carvajal.
As well. Tony Kroos is just slacking a bit for me, Rob. I don't know if he's run out of steam.
Gets around. Casemiro, Messi. The one man who's standing between Barcelona and a goal at the moment is the excellent Keylor Navas. Ronaldo collides with Umtiti.
Yeah, I think Tony Kroos should be doing a lot more in the middle of the park. He's not doing enough for me, and that's maybe why Casemiro's overloaded. That's a great strike. Good height for the keeper. You expect him to save that. But this one, I thought...
Well, had he finished it, the decision may have been a big one from the assistant referee on the far side. It did appear when the ball was played that Ronaldo was slightly ahead of him.
Well, maybe.
It also appeared that Cristiano Ronaldo was always going to score.
Well, they usually get one offside goal a game, don't they? Ask Bayern Munich.
Jerry.
This is great goalkeeping.
Well, 20 minutes almost gone in the second half. And Andre Gomez is thrown on for Paco Alcácer. Casemiro You did say that you didn't think he'd go the full 90 minutes. Is taken out of the mix, and Kovacic comes on. They couldn't risk one more loose challenge from the Brazilian, who's kept things tight in midfield and scored that Real Madrid goal, of course. Sergio Roberto to Suarez. Rakitic. It's from Toni Kroos. Luka Modric. Tremendous ball. Ter Stegen has to commit.
Does well.
Sweeps and keeps.
Does very well.
A little bit extra space in midfield as these two teams readjust to their manager's thinking. Barcelona sacrificing a striker for a midfield player. Then the Iniesta will go players part of a front three. This is great from Marcelo. Good cross. Jordi Alba deep in concentration. Busquets. There was a question being asked by the Real Madrid supporters regarding a handball. Busquets. Umtiti. 81,000. The official attendance at the Bernabeu this evening. There were actually unsold seats, but they were in the Barcelona section. Jordi Alba. Gomez. Just introduced to the game. It's a disappointing cross by Andre Gomez. Messi gets stuck in. This is Kovacic, who brings a different dimension to the Real Madrid midfield. Asensio playing the Gareth Bale role. Ronaldo makes an angle for him. Asensio! All went for the element of surprise, and Ter Stegen follows rule number one of goalkeeping: never get beaten at your near post.
Well, he almost was. That was very close. Great strike from the young Majorcan player. Hits the target, forces another good save. We've seen some excellent goalkeeping, Rob, in this second half. That's why we haven't had any goals.
It's a game that never needs hype, and it's living up to the historical value. The 174th El Gran Clasico. And what's in the final chapter? This is Jordi Alba. Lionel Messi. Rakitic teases Real Madrid. Tries to find the gap. Rakitic!
Oh, what a goal.
Stunning goal! Patience pays off! And you can see what it means to Luis Enrique.
Wow. That has stunned the crowd here at the Bernabeu. It's his 8th goal of the season, Rob. That's his best goal of the season, I'll tell you. It's going to keep the league title ahead. Comes from nothing, inside on his left foot, looking for the far corner. Absolute superb. Curling it with his left foot, that's brilliant. Oh, take a bow, Rakitic. 2-1 to Barcelona, and the league title is still up for grabs.
We have Liga. Well, it was perfection. It had to be. To sneak it past Keylor Navas, who has been in world-class form. Luis Enrique leaps off the bench like he's scored a goal in a Clasico, which he has done, of course.
It's the only place it can go in. Absolute top drawer. And there's a disconsolate Keylor Navas, Ronaldo, but they've got 17 minutes left this evening.
Away goes Cristiano Ronaldo. Draws PK. Corner. Oh, this is intriguing. I'm aware there's a great series on television tonight, but that's what the Sky Plus is made for. Keep your eyes on this one.
You can't miss it.
Over the hero in a line of duty here. Toni Kroos. Keeper stays on his line. It's headed away by PK. Modric goes on the outside of Umtiti. PK's header. Kovacic. Marcelo. What's the big space in the Barcelona defence? Ronaldo! Oh. Looks like Ronaldo, not finishing like Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's a huge mistake in the Barcelona defence here. Oh, there's at least 2 offside. At least 2 offside. That would have been controversial.
Well, Real Madrid have specialised in dramatic late goals. Scored the 90th minute last week against Sporting Gijón. The game before that, of course, was the 77th minute against Bayern Munich. Into a frantic final 15 at the Estadio Bernabeu. The previous meeting between these two sides has decided right at the death when Ramos scored. Modric. Modric taking on a more prominent role now. Kroos. Modric. Now it's Barcelona's turn to sit back and to absorb. Toni Kroos. Modric.
It's a back 6 for Barcelona at the moment, Rob.
That's an obstacle, and the other obstacle is winning over the Real Madrid supporters. As it stands, Barcelona will go level with Real Madrid at the top of the table, and if it came down to the head-to-heads at the end of the season, the goal-to-goal difference in Spain, it's the head-to-heads. Barca would have the advantage. Real Madrid, though, do have that game in hand against Celta, whose eyes are firmly fixed on the Europa League and Manchester United. Benzema quickens the pace. PK is there. Rock-like figure for Barcelona. Oh, Messi. It's one of those tackles where Ramos had committed himself to the ball. Oh, straight red. Ramos is off.
Goodness.
Well, the referee didn't even consider that. He turned it, he was about to speed past him, and Ramos had committed himself. And for the second season in a row, Sergio Ramos is sent off against Barcelona and by the same referee.
Well, he has these rash moments, Rob, and he has thrown himself in. My first thoughts were it was probably a yellow, but let's have a look, see. I think he's right, because he does go in 2-footed, Rob. He's every right to send him off. That's a 2-footed, that's a really rash challenge. And if he makes proper contact, he could have broke his leg.
I'll do my best, Jerry, to play devil's advocate, but
that's a yellow, that's a red card.
There's no defence for Sergio Ramos. When you see it in slow motion, and you'll see the referee was in the frame of the picture as well.
Yeah.
He had a good view. He gave himself half a second to think about it. And Sergio Ramos is dismissed.
It's a red card for me. 2-footed challenge, dangerous play. Don't think the referee had any choice.
I'll tweet you later. Ramos and PK do have a social media presence together. I don't think he's inviting him for a half a lager in the players' bar, Jerry.
Well, the result stays like this.
I think my red cards are up to date, and I make that the 22nd red card of Sergio Ramos' career.
Yeah. Don't know anybody else has had any more, do you?
And Messi has recovered. It was almost sawn in half. Kovacic nervously gives the ball away.
This is the goal. What a great goal it is as well. Top door strike from Rakitic. It's Barcelona firmly in the driving seat.
And Ramos has rarely been away from the headlines this season, mainly for the good reasons. But this evening, he is the villain of the piece.
We know he won't be scoring last-minute equalisers.
Messi. And there's Iniesta. Busquets to Gomez. Oh, brilliant ball by Suarez. Andre Gomez. Piqué's in the centre-forward position. Piqué! Keylor Navas keeps this game alive.
Another brilliant save from Keylor Navas. Piqué will feel he should have scored. He's had a header save. And have a look at that 1-2 from Suarez and Andre Gomez. Wasn't sure the pass was great, but it was. That's a brilliant piece of goalkeeping. Keylor Navas spreads himself really well and saves it.
Yes,
oh, look at this,
Ronaldo. Ronaldo slips. Gerard Piqué.
James Rodriguez is stripped and ready to come on. I don't know who for.
Busquets. Suarez to Messi. It's 3-on-2 in their favour. No, Kovacic is taking one for the team.
Yeah, yellow card.
Well, they're not disputing the foul there. Disputing at the other end of the field that they should have had a corner. This is where they went toe-to-toe. Zidane was about to make the change, and Ronaldo was right. It should have been a corner.
Yeah, it was a corner. I no argument about that, Rob. But the linesman can't give it if he doesn't see it, and he obviously hasn't seen it. And the referee can't give it out either. But it's Benzema who comes off. It's Benzema's come off for Rodriguez.
Iniesta. And quite often the supporters question the substitutions of Zinedine Zidane when they're made. Not always when they see the final outcome, but they've taken off a centre forward and brought on a creative mind in James Rodriguez. Man who cost them €80 million from Monaco.
Clever play, Sergio Busquets. Really clever play to win that free kick.
Messi. He's been in menacing form, Lionel Messi. Keylor Navas.
Oh, I think he's made more saves now than Ter Stegen, Rob. And I said something, he didn't make a save in the first 30 minutes.
He's certainly not losing his powers, Lionel Messi.
Well, that man turns on a sixpence, gets past Toni Kroos and then unleashes that shot.
I think we said in a goal of his a few years ago, he was at the peak of his powers, how wrong we were. He's never peaked, he just continues, he flatlines.
7 minutes to go. A lot to do. Free kick given away. A lot to do for Real Madrid. Marcelo Fod's Rakitic.
Evening up a little bit. Stegen's made 9 saves, but Keylor Navas has made the more spectacular saves. Rakitic with the free kick. Piqué is up there, wins the header. Umtiti supported him as well. Means there's a gap for Real Madrid to exploit. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Marcelo is to the left-hand side. Marcelo flies it over the top. There's the freshest man on the field, James Rodriguez. James. Carvajal. It's time for Real Madrid. 10-man Real Madrid to gamble.
Oh, that took a deflection. Strike from James Rodriguez from outside the box. And once again, Ter Stegen in the right place.
Well, James Rodriguez was the must-have player after the World Cup finals in 2014. Captain of Colombia, took them to 3rd place, was the leading scorer in that edition. Real recruited him from Monaco, but he has never fully flourished here. If he could get the equalising goal, he would write his name in the history books. We said before, This game may be how Luis Enrique is defined. The Vultures have been vacating their nests again in recent weeks, especially after their dismissal from the Champions League. He couldn't say he's a successful manager if he won the Spanish FA Cup and La Liga again. Toni Kroos, Marcelo. Hits with hope. Brilliant run!
Oh,
tremendous
my
goal!
goodness.
It is James Rodriguez, who does write his name in the history books.
Well, you said it, Rob, 2 minutes ago. 10-man Real Madrid, 5 minutes to go. And he gets in at the near post and puts it in. That's a fabulous goal. It's his 7th goal of the season for James Rodriguez. And I don't think he's going to score a more important goal than that. Really massive, massive goal for Real Madrid. Piqué wants to get on with it. Well, Toni Kroos' ball is good, but the ball and the run is even better. Nobody picking him up. He comes from the far post position, Rob, and nobody picks him up for for Barcelona. He's run at least 8 or 9 yards unmarked, and he slots it in past Ter Stegen. Oh, if only Barcelona could defend. And you think of the saves Ter Stegen's already made in this game to keep them in the match. Wow, wonderful goal.
What will we say? Quite often Zinedine Zidane makes a change which isn't obvious to the untrained. Many in the stadium would have thought it should be Isco. Certainly most would have thought it was Morata. But he brings on James. And some may say he's a lucky general. But it's a general that knows
his players.
His army, doesn't he?
Yeah, he knows his players.
He wins
Look
the
at
battles.
this.
Will he win the war? They're going for the winner. Asensio cuts inside. James doesn't get it. He gets it now from Ronaldo. James across. Barcelona scrambling, and now it's Ter Stegen who's in the line of duty.
I just think they're finishing poor, Real Madrid. I think they've had some really top drawer opportunities, and they haven't done well. There's a free kick. Looks like he's caught him accidentally there. The referee's right, but the fans are trying to get a book. And if he leaves that, Ronaldo leaves it, I think James has gone on to strike that with his left foot. He gets 2 bites of the cherry. First one was squaring it, the second one he went for goal. That one was to put somebody else in. And they're really not taking their chances, and Messi catches him accidentally. You can see clearly it's an accident. Not that they don't want to get him booked here. Wow, what a game, Rob. It's been absolutely brilliant. And are we going to see another twist or turn in the final couple of minutes?
2.5 scheduled minutes remain. And again, you never want to end. You can see why it is quite rightly billed as the greatest fixture in club football. TT to PK. Barcelona need the winning goal. A point will be suffice for Real Madrid to keep their 3-point advantage at the top of the table. Gomez gives it away. Kovacic trying to shake him off. Ronaldo. James backing him up. Ronaldo with his trademark step over. James. Marcelo tries to come in unnoticed. He gets the cross in. Now Ter Stegen.
He's done well, Marcelo, to get in there. He's trying to cut it back, but now Barcelona have a chance to break the other end. And both these teams play brilliant football. They both want to get forward. They both want to score goals, which is what we want.
It is like two heavyweights, isn't it? In the final seconds of a world-class bout, just slugging away at each other here. The legs have maybe collectively gone.
It's a great ball. Here's Asensio.
It's the youngest man on the pitch. Asensio! Oh. Ter Stegen.
Still
this time keeps it out. It's still in play. The danger won't go. Asensio's in there. Oh, and Ronaldo had a chance to win it, but even he couldn't turn himself inside out to get the winning goal.
Well, we've had a feast of football. There's been so much great play, both sides, both wanting to attack. This young player, Marco Asensio's done brilliant again, near post. He's tried to beat him, and another great save from Ter Stegen.
Iniesta. calm here from Barcelona. What their supporters want is a storm. It's over the head of Lionel Messi. Marcelo knocks it back. All eyes any second now going to be on the fourth official down on the touchline. How long has he been told to add?
Hard cool as Marcelo. Cushioned header, down to 10 men in the last minute of the game in the derby. Really do get entertained here on the Clasico, Rob. It's been fantastic.
Two minutes.
Not much. Seems too little to me.
Will seem a long time to those of a Real Madrid persuasion. It will seem too short for those who have the Barcelona colours.
Both
can't find Suarez. He's largely been a spectator in this game.
Well, both sides will feel they should have and could have won it. Both sides have had great opportunities at either end and haven't taken them.
Well, time after time, when Zinedine Zidane has been questioned about James Rodriguez, he's said that his time will come. And this is the day that his time did come. 23rd of April 2017, the most significant goal that he's scored for Real Madrid.
He comes off Jordi Alba at the far post. That's where he comes from. Jordi Alba, he makes a run to the near post. He's unmarked. And, well, that's what it means to Keylor Navas. It's a fabulous finish, really top drawer on his favourite left foot. Oh, Messi's so despondent, they can't believe it.
Well, you do feel for Luis Enrique and his team, leading until the death again, and another late dramatic goal from Real Madrid.
Great run, Sergio Ramos.
This is where the extra man is paying off for Barcelona. One final roll of the dice. Can they hit the jackpot? Gomez, Jordi Alba, Lionel Messi!
Oh my goodness!
Lionel Messi does it again. He's superhuman. Oh, Lionel Messi has just exploded La Liga into life. Another chapter in the incredible story of this little man.
Oh my goodness, you cannot write the script for this, Rob. This is unbelievable stuff. Look at the faces of the Real Madrid fans and the Real Madrid players. Unbelievable. It's blown the league wide open.
His 500th goal for Barcelona is possibly the most significant one. How much is that shirt worth?
He's going to get booked, but he don't care. He's going to get booked.
Book me, jail me, handcuff me. He doesn't care what they do to him tonight. Extract his teeth. He has scored the goal.
What a run from Sergio Roberto. This is brilliant, Rob. From right back spot, good engine. And he starts it all off. And then the ball's played out wide. Andre Gomez, he plays in Jordi Alba, cuts it back, and then watch this from Messi. What a finish. That's his 47th goal of the season, Rob. And he is the best.
He's the best there is. He's the best there ever has been, possibly the best there ever will be. As those Real Madrid defenders that were left in his trail there, he has taken Barcelona level with Real Madrid at the top of the table in an instant of magic. The slightest of gaps, the biggest of goals from Lionel Messi. 500 up for him. And this is how it started, Jerry, from deep inside the half.
But they never give up, and this is the 91st minute and maybe a couple of seconds added on, and you've got players still pushing forward, wanting to win it. That's the belief they have. Barcelona want to believe they can score more goals than the opposition. It's been a fabulous game, both sides trying to win it, but there's the man who won it, Lionel Messi. He has been absolutely superb.
Black eye, missing teeth, and a shirt that is going to go in the club museum forever. He's got the winning goal yet again.
Breathless, pulsating, frenetic, dramatic. No adjective can do justice to what we have seen at the Estadio Bernabeu this evening. Real Madrid thought that they had a point that could have probably guaranteed them the La Liga title. 3 points clear, game in hand. But the Madridistas stunned into silence at their home ground, and the embraces and the celebrations